All right, welcome into another edition of the 2022 MLB Draft Show. We've been ripping and roaring lately, getting some new guys here on the show as we work our way up to the draft. And I got a big one today. Max Martin, Edgewater Park, New Jersey. My man, what's going on?
What's good? How you guys doing?
We're good, man. This is Brian's here with us today, doing his first draft show interview. Excited to have Brian in the co-pilot chair. But Max, I kind of want to open things up for you, man. First, tell us a little bit about Max Martin, on the field, off the field, what you're all about.
Right. So on the field, I'm definitely a super gritty player. Being from the Northeast, I like to be super loud, and I'm always competitive.
Nice.
Don't really care who I'm playing against. Could care less about who I'm playing against. I kind of just want to go out and show that I'm the best on the field. And then off the field, to be honest, I'm super calm. Like, I'm not like a super high energy guy or low energy. I'm kind of just like an even keeled person off. I kind of just like to chill by myself. I'm a photographer. I take pictures and I take videos. I like making highlight reels for some of my friends. And other than that, I just chill, to be honest. Not a big video game person. I just kind of vibe to myself.
Man, we make a highlight reel for each one of these shows, and it will have already rolled by the time you see this. I hope it kind of lives up to the stuff that you make.
All right, bet.
We'll see. What you got, Brian?
First thing, for me, I know you're committed to Rutgers going forward. Obviously, the draft will play out how the draft plays out, but New Jersey, a lot of our guys in this state end up going to Maryland. They go to Virginia. What made you stay in Rutgers, and what does it mean to you, like trying to grow the game of baseball here in the state of New Jersey?
Right. So I from playing all over the country, I'd say one of the things that is super interesting to me, or at least as a player, I think that New Jersey has a lot of talented players, but we're spread out. Like, we're not really like spot in one place. But I think New Jersey has some of the best baseball players in the whole entire country. It's just New Jersey isn't that big, and other states get a lot of broadcasting, and there's a lot more, I guess, bigger name people from the South. So being from the Northeast, I think that I would want to represent here. And Rutgers right now, so like when I first started talking to him, when Coach Owens first came in, because he came from Bryant, and he was one of the, I think he has the most wins in Bryant baseball history as a head coach. And then once he came over to Rutgers, once I started talking to him, he told me that he's going to turn the program around. And he kept telling me, he's like, yo, we're going to turn around. He's like, I promise. He's like, we're going to be a big powerhouse in the Northeast. So I was like, I get you. Like, I believe you 100%. And then this year, if you've been following Rutgers, we are at the top of the Big Ten. I think we're going to be I think we were ranked like 22 out of all the teams, but we're going to be a powerhouse school for sure. And whether or not I go there next year or not, I think that Rutgers has completely changed around their baseball program, and we're getting so many good guys. Our recruiting class is awesome. And I think if we keep getting Northeast kids to stay home and don't feel like they always have to go down south or some crazy big school, and they just stay home and represent the state from where they're from, I think that Rutgers can be one of the best baseball schools in the country. So he kind of just, all the coaching staff told me that they wanted to build a program around me if I went there. So I completely believed it, and I bought into what they were saying. So
I dig it, man. And I think to echo your sentiment, I think New Jersey, and I'll throw in Pennsylvania too.
yeah,
I think, those two states are loaded with talent. They're loaded with talent every single year. And a lot of times they just don't get the coverage that some of the southern states do because y'all start so late.
it's it's wild. I
know.
I know. I talked to a couple of my friends from Louisiana and Georgia, and I was asking them like how their seasons are going. And they're like, "Oh, we're good." I was like, "All right, what's your record?" They're like, "Oh, we're like 25-3." I was like, and they're like, "How about you?" I was like, "We're 1-0. Like, we just played our first game the other day, and we're still on our seventh game. Like, we haven't even played 10 games yet, but we do start really late. It's a disadvantage sometimes that we don't always play as much games as them just because the weather holds us back a little bit. But I also trying to see it as a positive because all the scouts get to watch the kids down south, and then now we're kind of like the last people that finish up our high school season. So maybe that opens up a little bit more opportunity for people to come down here and watch us kind of last.
Yeah, and I think there's a little bit of a, scouts like cold weather dudes because you play in adverse conditions, you play in the elements. For everything that those kids down south are, they're not really accustomed to playing in the rain or in 40-degree weather. So you guys definitely got that going for you. But I mean, yeah, last year like Florida was done. Like Jay Allen was done. Those guys were done. And Chase Petty and Benny Montgomery, they were like, oh, dude, I'm still lifting. Like I haven't even taken an at bat yet.
I know. It's wild. Yeah, it can be positive and negative. You just gotta look at it at a different perspective.
Well, how about your game on the field? You're an accomplished defender. You got a big bat. You're still growing. What kind of a player are you on the field? How would you describe yourself?
I describe myself as, I'm pretty sure everybody says they're competitive, but I'm competitive. It's like I want to win regardless of what's happening. And then back to what I said in the beginning, it's like I really don't care who I'm playing against. Like I could care less how many people are in the stands watching, or what type of person is on the mound, or what kids they have on the other team. I just want to win the game and show everybody that I'm better than whoever I'm playing against. So when I get to go out and show that, it's awesome. So
you got a little Chase Utley, a little Tim Anderson in you.
Yeah, I hear that too. One question for you too is, you really like caught fire, in our circles kind of late, towards the fall. It just seemed like your name kept popping up, tournament after tournament. What has that been like? The more of the attention that you're getting, that the attention you're getting from scouts, from maybe fans. How's that been, and how you've been dealing with it?
Right. So, yeah, I definitely think I came onto the scene a little bit later than some of the guys. I just think that it kind of just happened for a reason. So I've definitely been getting a lot more buzz, and there's been a lot of people at the games watching, and I get a lot of criticism. And it's definitely way different than it was last year. But, I've wanted this. I thought that some people were missing out on me, and I was kind of just wondering why it wasn't happening for me when I saw that it was happening for everybody else. So, I've wanted this for a couple years, and I knew that I was better than some of the kids out there that were getting a whole bunch of attention. So now when I get attention, I just have to continuously prove that I'm worthy of getting the same attention as everybody else, and I just gotta grind and work my butt off. So, but I like it. I appreciate it. I'm trying not to take it for granted, but also have fun while I'm playing and not try to take it too serious. But I don't know. I'm still young, and I know I'm going to keep growing, and I still have a lot of my season left. So I'm kind of just playing. I'm just playing the game of baseball.
Is there a guy that you model your game after?
Right. I'd say one of the players that I think kind of matches my energy on the field and at shortstop would be Tim Anderson, just because he's younger. Super high energy guy, likes to compete, kind of goes against some baseball normalities for certain players, but he's exciting to watch. Also, Jazz Chisholm, he's been popping off. I wish I was a lefty bat, but I'm not. But probably those two. They're both really skilled hitters, and it's not like they're crazy big either. I'm not crazy big, but I can still pop the ball, and they have kind of all their tools that they need, and I'd say I'm probably close to one of them kind of model my game after.
So Max Martin is definitely part of Drill Ya Mama Nation.
100%.
So I gotta ask, New Jersey, we get split, south is Philly, Philadelphia Phillies, north you go Yankees, you go Mets. Growing up, were you one of those, or was your interest outside of there?
Right. So, if I were Yankees growing up, I liked the Yankees. My whole family was Phillies and Eagles, and I just liked the Yankees and Giants for some reason. I don't know if because I was trying to go against what they were doing, but I don't know. The New York teams always kind of caught my attention. But yeah, I was usually Yankees and Giants fan.
Nice, man. All right, well, we like to do some rapid fire questions here to finish this thing off. We'll kind of hit you with 3 or 4 here, see what you think. First off, just starting with going into the potential for going into a pro organization if you get drafted. Is there a way that you want to be treated in terms of player development, in terms of growing as a player? Hands-on, hands-off, analytics, what do you like?
So I'm a really big feel guy, so I know when I'm doing stuff wrong, and I can kind of feel my body when I'm doing things wrong. But so if I were to go into an organization, I think that me getting space to grow as a player the first couple years, and kind of figure myself out more, make sure I have a complete set schedule down, and I kind of just learn how to do stuff by myself. And then when I need help, I have professional coaches and players to help me all around me. So I think I'll always be aided in whatever I need help for, and I always have another set of eyes. But I think probably going in and just getting a little bit hands off and kind of just letting me work my way through stuff and kind of figure it out internally. I think that is when I'd probably become one of the best versions of myself, because each year I'm still trying to get better every single year. I don't want to plateau or anything, so that's probably what I'd say, hands off.
I like it. You seem like you have some definitive self-awareness. I dig that.
Toughest pitcher you faced since getting on, like, the showcases, all that. Who do you think is just, someone you were like, oh boy, what's going on here?
If I'm being honest, I faced a lot of good arms this summer and earlier in the year, but like back to what I said, I don't care who's pitching. I kind of don't even look at their name. Like, even when up on the scoreboard and they have their name popped up, I wasn't really paying attention to any of that. I kind of didn't care who was pitching, and I was kind of just treating every bat the same. But I do say there's pitchers that I've played with that I think that are definitely really good pitchers. Like one of my boys up in Jersey here, Kyle McCoy. He's going to Maryland, lefty.
Oh yeah, I've seen Kyle. Yeah,
he's probably one of the best pitchers that I've played with, played behind him. But other than that, playing against, I don't really care about the pitchers and remember their names. That's just
sure.
Honor.
Just read and react type baseball. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll leave you with this last question. We ask this from everyone. What's the most random fact you know about anything that not a lot of people know?
Oh my god. Random fact. If you, I'm trying to remember what it is, but it's on your iPhone to turn on your flashlight on your camera. I think you said it's some Harry Potter line when they wave the wand. If you say the exact same line, when their wand turns on, your phone flashlight will turn on.
No,
and
really?
If you search it up, and it's a thing, because I remember I learned it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Do you have to say "Hey Siri" or anything?
No, I'm trying to remember. I wish I could remember what it was.
I don't know the spells. I mean, I'm not the right guy to ask, but
Same.
Is it just one of those things that if you say the spell,
if you just say it,
that's pretty sick.
Flashlight on your phone will turn on. Yeah,
that's pretty sick. Well, Max,
awesome.
Martin, it's been a joy, my man. We're huge fans of your game. Keep representing New Jersey, and there's big things coming for you, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man.